MTG and me, this is Charles with part 4 of our Challengers Accepted series. We're going to be looking at the Second Sun Control Challenger deck. Second Sun Control is arguably one of the most popular control shells in Standard right now. And Wizards tried to get a pretty decent version of this put together in this Challenger deck. So it's similar to all the other Challenger decks. It's a 60-card deck with a 15-card sideboard. It comes prepackaged in a nice folding box. Spin down counter, etc. So we're going to tear it down and take a look. Alright, let's go. So as you can see, 60 card main board, 15 card sideboard, challenger insert, get rid of that, divider for the deck box, and the ever-present quick reference card. Alright, let's look at the sideboard first. Okay, so in the sideboard we got one copy of Kepnet the Mindful, one of the legendary indestructible gods. 4 copies of Regal Carousel. We got 2 Glyph Keepers, 2 copies of Spell Pierce, 4 copies of Negate, Cat named Fred, and 2 copies of Renewed Faith. Alright, let's take a look at the main board. So some pretty good includes here. We got a copy of Settle the Wreckage, 3 copies of Fumigate, 3 copies of Approach the Second Sun, the keepsake name of the deck, an additional copy in the main board of Kepnet the Mindful. This is a nice include, 4 copies of Irrigated Farmland, Cycling Lands. Then the stuff that makes the deck function, 4 copies of Opt. This one's a little bit more unusual, 4 copies of Aether Meltdown, probably substitute something in for that. 4 copies of Censor, 4 copies of Supreme Will, 4 copies of Cast Out, a main board Renewed Faith, 4 copies of Glimmer of Genius, and a Farm to Market. Then for non-basic lands, we got 2 copies of Field of Ruin, 2 copies of Ifnu Rivulet, and then your basic lands package. So the deck's pretty straightforward. Again, it's just a blue-white control shell. There's some cards that can be switched out, like those Aether Meltdowns for some preferable stuff, but overall, it's good they included the 4 copies of the rare lands, the 3 copies of Approach the Second Sun. Means the deck should be reasonably consistent. So not much more to say. I mean, that's the last of the 4 decks. I think Wizards really knocked these ones out of the park. They're very solidly constructed decks, very playable as is out of the box. And they can be upgraded with, a minimal investment. I guess final words, these things should be in standard. It's what, end of April now? So May, June, July, August, September, for about 5 more months. So if you haven't had a chance to go pick one up and you're just interested in trying out standard or local Friday Night Magic, these are around about $30 and they're definitely worth it. You can play these and win some games with them. In fact, with the Vehicle Rush deck, I was able to go 3-1 at our local store championship. Alright, thanks for watching.